Welcome to the California Football Officials Association Week 2 2023 Instructional Bulletin. Remember, if your association is giving instructional credit, fill out the quiz below in the description of this video, and let's get into it for this week. For our first clip tonight, we're going to look at a play that was sent out by our CIF State Rules Interpreter, Steve Coover, last week, and a perfect example of a personal foul for illegal contact. I'm going to reference Rule 943G to begin this clip, which states no player shall make other contact with an opponent, including a defenseless player, which is deemed unnecessary or excessive and which incites roughness. So looking at the definition of a defenseless player, we have some new language for 2023, which is cited in Rule 232.16D specifically, that states that a receiver, including a person intercepting the pass, who is forcibly contacted by an opponent, and that contact is not 1, incidental contact as a result of making the play on the ball, 2, initiated with open hands, or 3, an attempt to tackle by wrapping arms around the receiver. And looking at this play here several times, obviously agree here with Mr. Coover that this is a personal foul for illegal contact. This safety in this case was not making a play on the ball. This contact was not initiated with open hands, nor was this safety attempting to wrap their arms around the receiver and make a legal tackle. I also like here that the umpire has the flag down and pivots during this play to help the flanks and the back judge on any catch, no catch type situation. Umpire, definitely feel free to pivot with the pass if it's around your area to help out your fellow officials. Let's stick with illegal contact and look at blindside blocks. What is a blindside block? And for that, we'll reference Rule 2.3, Article 10, that states a blindside block is a block against an opponent other than the runner who does not see the blocker approaching. And to know the difference between a legal and illegal blindside block, we can reference Rule 9.4, specifically Article 3N, that states that a player shall not execute a blindside block outside of the free blocking zone with forceful contact unless that contact is initiated with open hands. And in this particular piece of film, you see it about the 34-yard line there. That contact is not inside the free blocking zone, it's not against the runner, and it is not made with open hands. So in this case, we would have a personal foul for an illegal blindside block. This penalty would be enforced from the spot of the foul because we have a foul that occurs during a run. So the basic spot is the end of the run. And since this foul occurred behind the basic spot, we'll enforce this from the spot of the foul. Another quick clip on the illegal blindside block, in this particular case against the defense. Pay attention to the receiver in motion who turns upfield, and right there, an illegal blindside block occurs by the linebacker. In this particular case, we won't look at 2.3.10 there. We won't look at 9.4.3N, but more so Table 10 with regards to penalty enforcement. So this is a foul by B that occurs beyond the line of scrimmage, and the end of the play is also beyond the line of scrimmage. So we're going to want to enforce this from the succeeding spot. So we have a personal foul, illegal blindside block, number 27 of the defense, 15 yards from the end of the run. For our next play this week, wanted to look at an example of an illegal forward pass, and for that I'm referring to Rule 752B in our NFHS rulebook that states that an illegal forward pass is a foul. An illegal forward pass includes a pass thrown from beyond the neutral zone. In this particular clip, we have 4th and 13 from the B33 going in, and right about there, you can see that the quarterback still has possession of the ball at the B32. If I slow it down, and right there, we've got a foot down at or close to the B32, and he has not released that pass yet. So it's important to remember that this is a foul that occurs during a run. The yardage that this runner gained is legal. So any penalty here would be enforced from the spot of the foul. In this case, because the pass was thrown from beyond the neutral zone, the statement of penalty includes a loss of down and 5 yards from the spot of the foul. Given that this is a 4th and 13 situation, we would march this penalty off from the 32, bringing it to the 37, and because of the loss of down, this ball would be turned over to B because A failed to make the line to gain. B, 1st and 10 from the B37. Mechanically, umpires, we're going to want to remember that we want to step up into the expanded neutral zone when we read pass. Particularly important when we're working in a 4-person crew, as those flanks are releasing at the snap when they read pass. So important to step up, umpires, into the expanded neutral zone so that we can help rule on illegal forward passes as well as any players that are inelligibly downfield. A couple of things to review in this play. First, I notice our flank official at the bottom of the screen has not signaled that any of his receivers are off the line of scrimmage or in the offensive backfield. And remember that Team A can have as many players on the line of scrimmage as they want at the snap, just no more than 4 in the backfield. However, not all of these receivers on the line of scrimmage would then be eligible to go downfield and or catch a pass. And that's in 725A, that no more than 4 players may be classified as backs. So if this player is on the line of scrimmage, then they are ineligible by position, making perhaps this end eligible if they're wearing an eligible number. So 7512 defines when a player is ineligibly downfield and states that ineligible players may not advance beyond the expanded neutral zone on a legal forward pass play before the legal forward pass that crosses the neutral zone is in flight. If B touches this pass in or behind the neutral zone, the restriction is terminated. But, as we'll see here, this receiver catches the ball, and therefore we have an ineligible player that first touches the ball. And in 7513, it states that an ineligible A player has illegally touched a forward pass if he bats, muffs, or catches a legal forward pass unless that pass has been touched by B. I really like the patience of this official here. He knows that the player is downfield illegally, but holds his flag as the play develops. The only foul here that should be called is illegal touching, number 1 of the offense, 5 yards from the previous spot, and loss of down. 2 flags on this play for an ineligible downfield and illegal touching isn't necessary. I can't imagine a scenario in which Team B accepts an ineligible player downfield, which is only a 5-yard penalty from the previous spot and does not include a loss of down. And that's going to do it for week 2. Quick note that if any of our watchers out there have any teachable moments that you think would be beneficial for our officials across the state of California, please feel free to reach out to me directly. gregtruex@gmail.com. That's GregTruex@gmail.com. Have a great week too, everybody. Take care.